We're about ready to start this week's edition of the Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl here at the Nordlof Center, downtown Rockford. Quick reminder, it's a busy weekend down here at the Nordlof. If you need to catch or you haven't seen J.R. Sullivan's Hometown Holiday Special, it is here on this stage all weekend long, so catch it here at the Nordlof. This week's game features Byron versus Pearl City, a couple of teams who have been here before. They are trying to get into the second round. Only one of them will advance. We begin with our Superior Joining Technologies buzz-in round, same way we do all of our games here. Contestants, it is a buzz-in. That's why we call it the buzz-in round. The rules are, if you buzz in, you're on your own, no conferring. You get it right, you get 10 points. If not, the other team gets a chance to steal your 10. We'll get through as many of these questions as we can in the time that's allotted. Make sure you wait for me to call your name. It's quite possible you might think you've buzzed in and you haven't. In some of these games, we've already seen it this season, come down to one question. It could be that important. So hands on your buzzers, and here's the first question in this week's Superior Joining Technologies buzz-in round. John Bailey is a narrator of what Emmy-nominated internet series created by Screen Junkies, whose premise is to parody movie and video game previews? Brody.
Honest Trailers.
Honest Trailers is correct. Byron, you are first on the board with 10 points. A prequel that begins in West Virginia's Vault 76 is the latest entry in John.
Fallout 76.
We'll take that. Yep, the series is Fallout, but Fallout 76 we will take as well as the actual prequel. That is the whole series, and that's the answer we needed. You've got 10 points. New question for both teams. What woman who performed backwards and in high heels, according to a popular quip, danced in movies like Swing Time with her partner Fred Astaire? Maybe the best dancing pair in history, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. No points. New question now. What author created Arthur Poe, a banker who serves as a guardian to the Baudelaire children in his 13-book sequence, Lita?
A series of unfortunate events.
Incorrect. I'm going to continue for Pearl City. In his 13-book sequence, a series of unfortunate events. Brooke.
Lemony Snicket.
Lemony Snicket. We would also take in Daniel Handler. Kind of jumped the gun there, Lita. We needed the person, not the series. And that's 10 points for Pearl City. You are on the board now. New question. An Abyssinian damsel with a dulcimer sings in what poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, whose title ruler did a stately pleasure dome decree? He made that pleasure dome in Xanadu. That ruler was Kubla Khan. That famous poem. No points. Here's a new question. Plumb lines are used to find what point, which is the same as the centroid for a body of uniform density and is a weighted average of a body's mass. No answer there. Center of mass. We would have also taken cm. No points. Another question. Riemann sums are used to define what concept, which can be calculated using antiderivatives according to the fundamental Morgan?
The integral?
That's correct. Integral. The fundamental theorem of calculus. That's worth 10 points to you. You now have 30. What is the 24th and final letter of the Greek alphabet? Morgan.
Zeta.
Incorrect. Pearl City? Andrew?
Sorry, I thought I buzzed. Omega.
Omega is correct. That's right. From alpha to omega, and you've got 10 points. Sorry, I had to wait for you to buzz in there. What painter who addressed racism in The Problem We All Live With is best known for creating Americana-rich covers for the Saturday Evening Post? Brody.
Rockwell.
That's right, Norman Rockwell, and that's worth 10 points for Byron. The Utraquists switched sides during a series of religious wars fought against the followers of what 15th century Czech church reformer? Kind of an obscure religious history question there. Jan Hus, convicted of heresy and burned at the stake for those beliefs. No points. New question. Free, pike, tuck, and straight are the four basic mid-air positions in what sport, which is done by jumping from either a platform or, Andrew?
Trapeze.
Incorrect. A platform or a springboard. Brody?
Gymnastics.
Incorrect. Diving. Those are the positions for diving, the midair positions, the 4 basics for diving. No points. And that's the last question we have time for in this round. There are kind of some tough questions sprinkled in there in our Superior Joining Technologies buzz-in. It's 40-20 now. Byron is on top. That's only 2 questions in our volleyball round, which is next. We'll be back with that in just a couple of minutes.